From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Beautiful weather once again today. However, we're tracking a few showers and storms now moving to northeastern sections of Gratiot County, will likely affect northern portions of Shiawassee County as these storms are kind of drifting off towards the south-southeast. I do expect them to begin to weaken and fall apart over the next hour or so, but still hot enough out there right now for those storms to continue. 86 the high in Lansing, Alma up to 88 degrees, warm weather out there. We've fallen back now into the mid 80s. Notice Mount Pleasant, rain cooled at 68 degrees. As we head into the overnight hours, we'll see certainly some clouds from that system to our north, so mostly cloudy early tomorrow morning. 61 the overnight low. More warm weather's on the way, but our rain chances are about to go way up. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, concerns tied to the Corewell Health Hospital system tonight about who is giving patients anesthesia. Plus, a U.S. Army helicopter goes down in a fiery crash, what we've learned about the situation. And the search is on tonight for a monkey on the loose after it escaped from a zoo. Those stories and a lot more, and all in the first 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's start that clock. And we're beginning in West Michigan, where the Corewell Health Hospital system is denying allegations over its anesthesia use. The Michigan Society of Anesthesiologists says hospitals are removing specialists from surgeries and replacing them with ER or other doctors. The MSA has even put up a billboard on US 131 in Kent County. It tells patients to ask questions about the people giving their anesthesia. The contract between the group and Corewell ended on September 2nd. Today, a statement from Corewell said the hospital is not replacing anesthesiologists in surgery. Well, it is a day of mourning in Pennsylvania, where the state has suffered one of its deadliest days for law enforcement. First responders lined up for a procession today to pay their respects after 3 police officers were killed yesterday and 2 injured in a shooting in York County. State police there say the officers were initially at the scene to follow up on a warrant for a domestic-related investigation, but it's unclear what prompted the shooting. Police killed the gunman during what neighbors say was a seemingly endless exchange of gunfire.
And I heard gunshots, which is not, uncommon. People target practice, stuff like that. But then, they just kept coming and coming, so you could tell that it was no longer just one gun shooting anymore. Then it went from pap, pap, pap to pap, pap, pap.
Well, officials say the 2 injured officers are in critical but stable condition. The National Fraternal Order of Police reports 229 officers were shot in the line of duty in the first 8 months of this year, down 10% from the same time period last year. Nearly 19 hours later, and there are still very few details on an Army helicopter crash. Military officials say it happened around 9 o'clock last night in Washington State near a U.S. Army base. The sheriff's office there says they got reports that the Army lost contact with one of its helicopters, and deputies were able to find the crash site, but they say they could not rescue anyone because the whole area was on fire. The Army has not said how many people were on the helicopter or what their conditions are now. And there are lingering questions tonight in Florida after a man died soon after taking a ride on a roller coaster. It happened yesterday at Universal Orlando's Epic Universe theme park. Officials say the man in his 30s was found unresponsive on the Stardust Racers roller coaster and died soon after at a hospital. Some Florida news organizations are reporting that a medical examiner said the man died from multiple blunt force injuries, but no cause has officially been announced. In global headlines, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan have signed a mutual defense pact. They pledged yesterday that any attack on either nation would be considered an attack on both. This comes after Israel's strike on the nation of Qatar earlier this month. Israel has been conducting military operations in the region. Pakistan is a nuclear-armed nation. In France this week, protesters and police are clashing in the streets. Major trade unions are pushing the government to abandon proposed budget cuts, social welfare freezes, and other measures. Unions are also still denouncing President Emmanuel Macron's pension reform that raised the minimum retirement age from 62 to 64. Transit stations were briefly blocked by protesters outside of Paris early this morning, and across the nation, protesters faced police who launched tear gas canisters and other countermeasures. Well, take a look at this. A swirling column of flame was caught on camera in Brazil last week when a sugarcane field caught fire. The flames spread quickly, fueled by extreme heat and low humidity, but were brought under control by firefighters that same day, and there were no injuries reported. Back here in America, a Capuchin monkey is on the loose in North Carolina after escaping from a zoo. The owner says the monkey was able to slide between wire bars in its enclosure. Witnesses have spotted the monkey catching it on video climbing power lines and trees. The public has been advised to not try to catch it. Armadillos, animals well known in the American Southwest, are now moving closer to the Great Lakes state. Wildlife officials say the armored animals are moving farther north because of the changing climate and are now being spotted in northern Indiana. At least one has been seen in Michigan City, and they've also been spotted in Elkhart County. Officials say when winter comes, the armadillos will likely burrow deep into the ground. At the Strong National Museum of Play in New York, it's once again time to induct new toys into the Toy Hall of Fame. This year's finalists were just announced, and they include board games like Battleship and Settlers of Catan. Tickle Me Elmo and Furby's also on the list. The Jedi's signature weapon, the lightsaber, is a finalist, and even playthings like slime and snow are being considered. The winners will be announced in November. Well, Alaska's biggest brown bears are back for Fat Bear Week, the online contest where fans vote for the chubbiest champion in Katmai National Park. Each fall, bears pack on those pounds by feasting on salmon to prepare for the winter. This year's salmon run was especially strong, making for some seriously hefty contestants. But it's not just about having the biggest bear belly. It's a battle to name the toughest survivor.
You could vote for the bear who you think is the absolute fattest and largest, but I don't think the contest would be that fun. So it's more about thinking about the success of the bears over the year, what they need to do to survive, what the ecosystem provides them.
Voting kicks off with the youngest bears this week, leading into the main event next week, and the winner will be crowned on September 30th. And you can watch the bears and vote online by going to the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com. David, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got like Fat Tuesday. Maybe we can have Fat Bear Friday, and we'll have Punchkis again.
And take it like a live look on the bears. That would be
we'll
fun.
watch the bears, have a Punchki.
Yeah, I like where you're going with this.
New holiday, I'm telling you.
I also like where you've been going with the weather lately, David.
Well,
I know it's not ideal with lack of rainfall.
Yeah, but we've got some on the way. You just may not like when.
Oh.